How many video editors can agree that you love going through minutes or even hours of footage, cutting it down to a reasonable length? First of all, why? Why not cut down the time that you would be spending and get straight to the creative aspect of editing? Isn't that the point? You want to be creative. I was given the opportunity to work with the brand AutoCut, who've developed an AI plugin that will help video editors to save time in their workflow, cutting out the tedious parts of editing, like going through clips and cutting out dead space or repetitive words. And if you're working in Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, this video is for you because the plugin was made specifically for those video editing applications. Personally, I work in Premiere, so if you work in Premiere, then even better that you're watching this video. Anyways, let me get into this tutorial and show you how easy this plugin will save you time, how to use this plugin in Premiere, show you personally how I use it, and show you the 3 features that I like the most. The whole installation process was very easy, and you can download the plugin for a 14-day trial completely for free. Just type in autocut.com and that will take you straight to the page where you can get that offer. And after trying this plugin, if you feel like this is a good addition to your workflow, AutoCut has provided my viewers a 20% discount. I'll leave the link down below for you to access this awesome deal. From here, we have the AutoCut plugin launched and ready to use. Open up Premiere when you have it ready, and like it is displayed in the instructions, you can find the plugin here. Go to Window, Extensions, and then AutoCut, and let it go through its process to start. Take a few minutes to go through the different options that you have here on the homepage. You will see the different thumbnails with the title of the feature and a brief description of what it does underneath the title. Let's click into AutoCut Silences, as this is one of the features that I like the most. I find it very useful to use this because it will clean up all the unwanted dead space. I'm going to be working with a clip that I recorded for this video specifically. I wrote a script prior to recording myself talking, and there's a lot of mistakes, repetitiveness, and a lot of dead space where I'm trying to get my words together. So I felt that this clip would be a good piece to use for this demo. But anyways, let's move on. When you click on the thumbnail, you'll be brought to the first section, Define Sections. There are different options here: entire timeline, in and out points, and selected clips. Here you are essentially telling the plugin what area of your sequence to work on. I'm going to choose the entire timeline for this part, and I'm going to leave this section below as is and click on Validate Sections. Now it's going to take me to another set of options to define what I want to be done through this feature. I'm going to leave this area Noise Threshold and this area Pacing at default, as I haven't really experimented with these areas. But down here at Silence Management, I'm going to make sure that Remove Silences is chosen, because that's really what I want to do with this clip, remove silences. And now at Transitions, there are options in the way you want to have each cut to transition. I've tried all these options, and originally I found none to work pretty straightforward in cutting out the silences, and knowing that J-cut and L-cut differ in the way the audio is layered, I've decided to choose Constant Power. After trying this option out, I found it has a better pacing than the option for none. Overall, I feel that all these are useful, but you'll have to experiment with these different options to see what works best for what you're trying to go for in your edit. Now just click on Cut and Delete Silences and apply Transition. You'll have to wait for a bit for the plugin to do its thing, but it doesn't take too long, and you're able to see pretty quickly what it has done to your clip. Okay, side note here. There's one thing that I still have yet to really get a hold of after experimenting with this plugin, which is organizing and identifying my sequences. Because after AutoCut makes its edits to the sequence or clip that you want to have worked on, you'll now have the edited sequence and then the original version of your sequence. You can find the original version of the clip in a folder labeled Backup in this area here in the project panel. It can get confusing because after using a number of features to edit your clips, things can get a bit cluttered. So I still have to figure out how to organize my work and figure out some kind of labeling system. But let me compare the time from the original clip to after AutoCut made its edits. And you can see from this original length of my clip and after the plugin applied its cuts, it reduces the runtime by a significant amount. Also, after the plugin is done doing its thing, a window will pop up notifying you that it's finished making the cuts, along with some interesting information. Here you can see how long the plugin took to cut out the silences. the time saved with the plugin, comparing it to if you were to do this manually on your own, and the time you would save all in all. I would say that it's a pretty average estimate. It's cool and interesting to see the numbers. Overall, considering how long this took to cut, you can save way more time. You can also rate this feature here. Let's give this a 5-star. After cutting out the silences, you can now go through the multiple clips and see if you want to keep certain clips as they've been cut, extend them, or take them out. Whatever little edit you wish to make to these cuts, the plugin just gave you a head start and made things easier. Next, I'm going to use the feature AutoCut Repeat, which is also the second on my list as one of my favorite features. This is helpful in cutting out the repetitiveness, which is usually a mistake when I'm trying to record stuff that I'm saying, and especially when I'm trying to work off a script. For this part of the video, I went to one section of my recording where I found a lot of repeated mistakes by me. I have it marked here, and from the start mark to the end mark, this is about 3 minutes worth of video and 3 minutes worth of mistakes where I'm trying to say just a few lines. It's a struggle most of the time, but I'm trying to get better at talking to the camera. And I obviously want to cut out those mistakes and make the clip make sense. With that being said, let's click into this thumbnail and get started. First set of options in Define Sections, I'm going to be identifying what area of my sequence I want the plugin to work on. And again, leave this area below as is. Then click on Validate Sections. Here we have select audio language, and I'm going to keep this in English as I'm speaking English in my video. And then click on Generate Transcript. The plugin will now start creating a transcript from the audio of my video. Let's wait for the plugin to do its thing in generating this transcript. Now the transcript is helpful in that it will help me identify what parts I want to keep or take out of my edit. For this specific part, I had a script written, and I'm going to compare my script to the transcript that was generated by the plugin to determine what I want to keep in or cut out for this clip. Okay, so we have the transcript here, and you can take certain parts out by simply clicking and scrolling through. You can now see that this has been cut from the transcript. It's red with a line through it, essentially crossing that section out. And everything that you want to keep is highlighted white. I'm going to go through the transcript and try and get this to be a word for word to my original script. Now, when I have everything good and checked, comparing the transcript to my actual script, I can click on Cut Sequence for the plugin to generate the edit. You can see just how much the plugin cut out. And again, you will have the pop-up telling you how long the feature took to edit and how much time you saved. But let's see how it did. Okay, comparing the transcript to my actual script, what I'm saying here sounds good to me. After applying all these features, I feel that it saved me a lot of time and cleared out all the work that I definitely don't have fun doing. And I just feel that it sped up the process, allowing me to get to the creative aspects of video editing. There are parts that you'll have to cut out sometimes, but those are minor things. Overall, the plugin did a good job at cutting this all down. Next, I'm going to use the feature Auto Resize. Now, this is the third on my list as one of my favorite features. So let's say that I'm done making my edits and I want to repurpose this long form video as a short for YouTube. I can use the Auto Resize feature to change the screen size of the sequence. You can also change the sequence size for other platforms of social media. I will show you that in a bit when we're going through the feature. All right, let's click into this thumbnail and get started. I'm going to be working on the last sequence from the Auto Repeat. In Define Sections, I'm going to click on this option. And again, in this section, I'm telling the plugin what area I want to have worked on. Leave the bottom below as is, then click on Validate Sections. On the next page is where you can identify what kind of platform you want to make this video for. In the presets, you have the option for TikTok Shorts and Reels, YouTube FHD, and Twitter Square. I want to make a YouTube short, and I already have that selected for the shorts, so that's good to go. Next is one of the part of the settings that I find pretty cool, and that is follow subject speed. The movement of the subject, which is most likely going to be you in frame, will be tracked to move with the camera. I'm going to want to keep this at normal speed. There isn't that much movement, so I don't think that I need to really speed up the camera tracking. At the bottom, you have the choice to use a watermark or not. I'm not going to use one for this example, so let's just click on Resize Sequence to get this started. And again, after the plugin is done doing its work, you will get the pop-up saying that the auto resize is finished, along with how long the auto resize took to do this, time saved, and total time saved with AutoCut. Now look at what this feature was able to do with the last clip. You can see that AutoCut created a new sequence for the resized clip. If we scroll through the video and watch it for a bit, you will notice that the camera is following the movement of my head, keeping my head centered throughout the entirety of the clip. It's subtle, but it works for what I'm going for. I'm not trying to get too extreme in the camera movement. And I find this very useful because now I don't have to go through the video manually, moving the position of my head within the screen. It just saves a lot of time on minor adjustments that are essential in creating a good video clip. Before trying this plugin, I didn't want to add something foreign to my personal workflow. But now after trying AutoCut, I'm now thinking of how creative I can get using the plugin. So if you made it this far into the video, you've actually made it to the end of the video. And I just want to thank you for taking your time and going through this with me. This plugin is worth giving it a shot as, again, AutoCut offers a 14-day trial, which will allow you to experiment and test out the features that this plugin offers, along with providing my viewers a special offer of 20% off when you use my link, which I'll leave down below. But let me know in the comments what you think about what I've shown you with the AutoCut plugin. And if you end up using it, let me know what you really think about it. How are you able to use it in your own workflow? I'm interested in getting your feedback and seeing how you actually use the plugin. All right, that's it for today. Till next time, keep thinking about your next project and just create it. Peace.